The Missouri Valley Football Conference has an interesting, complicated history. A conference that originally focused on basketball almost saw the football end and actually technically did see it end before it ever became a dominant force at the FCS level. If the Big Sky is the FCS version of the Big Ten, the Missouri Valley is its SEC. They are the definition of dominance. They are the Missouri Valley Football Conference. This is the story of the FCS's SEC Conference. But before we get into this, if you enjoy college football content like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I am planning to release multiple videos a week this season. Also, let me know who you think will win the FCS National Championship this year in the comments section below. The Missouri Valley Football Conference may have one of the more interesting histories when it comes to college football, as it's split up between two eras. The original Missouri Valley Conference, which is one of the oldest conferences in all of college sports, sponsored football from 1907 through 1985 before it stopped sponsoring the sport, while the Gateway Conference was chartered in 1982 and started in 1985 and was later branded the Missouri Valley Football Conference in 2008. The original Missouri Valley Conference originally had founding members that were Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, and Washington University, with Drake and Iowa State joining the conference in 1908. The same year, Iowa departed for the Big Ten. Over the years, the conference saw some future Power 5 teams come and go throughout the conference's history, including Kansas State, Oklahoma, Oklahoma A&M, now known as Oklahoma State, Houston, and Cincinnati. The conference saw a total of 29 teams throughout its 78-year history, ranging from the state of Michigan with Detroit, to as far south as Texas, and range from as far east as Ohio to as far west as the state of New Mexico. Nebraska dominated the conference during the early years, winning 12 conference titles in its 17 years as a member, while Tulsa dominated the football side of the conference, winning 25 conference titles from 1935 to 1985. After the departure of the Cornhuskers in 1927, winning the last outright title in the conference in 1985. The conference had a problem though. As the 1960s came to an end, the rising cost of football meant the conference teams could no longer subsidize it through basketball. The Wichita Eagle wrote back in 2017, in an attempt to strengthen football, the Missouri Valley Conference added New Mexico State and West Texas State to a lineup that included North Texas State, and tied itself to the Pasadena Bowl. As expenses grew in the late 1960s, basketball programs no longer made enough money to support football programs. The Missouri Valley Conference looked west to find football and alienated its basketball powers. Cincinnati, Louisville, and Memphis complained about travel costs, and Memphis didn't want to play a full Missouri Valley Conference schedule because it limited its options to play closer rivals. North Texas State also wanted more scheduling flexibility for football and went independent in 1975. Memphis got pushed out by the conference because they did not want to play everybody in the football conference, and the conference told them they had to. This also forced St. Louis out of the conference because they wanted to play more Midwestern urban basketball schools rather than state schools in the Southwest. The turnover set off a crazy few years for the conference as they thought about expanding to 12 schools to create divisions, and also dealt with rumors that they were going to be merging with the Southland Conference. According to the Wichita Eagle, the Missouri Valley Conference's response to those departures was adding Southern Illinois in 1974 and Indiana State in 1976. Both schools made sense geographically and provided outstanding basketball in that stretch. They did not help the Missouri Valley Conference keep pace with Cincinnati, Louisville, St. Louis, and Memphis, who reunited in the Metro Conference in 1975, though. The drive for football relevance fizzled. This caused schools like West Texas State and New Mexico State to leave the conference and led to the Missouri Valley Conference to move its football to the Division I AA level. That decision led to Wichita State deciding to drop football in 1986. When the Missouri Valley stopped sponsoring football, Illinois State and Southern Illinois joined Eastern Illinois, Northern Iowa, Southwest Missouri State, and Western Illinois in the creation of the Gateway Football Conference. Indiana State would join the following year. In 1992, the Gateway merged with the Missouri Valley Conference once again, but kept its charter name for the time being. When Eastern Illinois left in 1996, the conference responded by adding Youngstown State and Western Kentucky. When Western Kentucky decided to move to the FBS, leaving the conference with 7 schools, they began looking to expand their footprint. They would make the decision to add North Dakota State and South Dakota State, a decision they would not regret, for the 2008 season. That same year, the 9 Gateway Conference schools and the 10-member Missouri Valley Conference schools decided to approve a rebrand, renaming the football conference the Missouri Valley Football Conference, effective immediately. Missouri Valley Football Conference Commissioner Patty Viverito explained this is going to allow the Missouri Valley Football Conference members to take advantage of the year-long positive exposure received by the Missouri Valley Conference. Both leagues have developed a tremendous brand name, but the timing for the name change is right. The league expanded July 1st with 2 new members, and with this new, stronger lineup, rebranding now makes sense. While they rebranded the name, the 2 remain separate entities, as only 5 of the 9 football members were all-sport members. In 2012, the Missouri Valley Football Conference added South Dakota, while in 2020, the conference added North Dakota. Murray State joined for the 2023 season, while 2023 will mark charter member Western Illinois' last season in the Missouri Valley. The football side of the conference has found a lot of success over the years. In 1997, Youngstown State not only won the conference title, having the league's most successful season at the time, they also won the league's first national title, while Western Illinois finished 6th in the polls. Western Kentucky won the national title in 2002, becoming the first school to beat the top 3 seeds in the playoffs. In 2003, 4 Valley football teams represented the league in the 16-team NCAA playoffs, marking the first time any league has sent that many teams to the playoffs in the same year. In 2004, Southern Illinois spent a league record 11 weeks as the nation's top-ranked team, while all 8 league teams received votes for the top 25 at some point in the season. Jerry Kill, Southern Illinois' head coach at the time, was named National Coach of the Year. Northern Iowa reached the national title game in 2005, while in 2011, North Dakota State would take a stranglehold of not just the conference, but the whole FCS level. The Bison would win the FCS championship every year from 2011 to 2015, then again from 2017 to 2019. They added their 9th title in 2021 and finished runner-ups to South Dakota State in 2022. The Jackrabbits finished the 2020 season as runner-ups, while Youngstown State did the same in 2016. The conference has seen one of their teams either win or make it to the national title game every year since 2011, which is a level of dominance no other conference can claim. During that period, they are 10-3 in championship games, with the 2022 season being a year they saw both their teams win and lose in the FCS championship game. From 2006 to 2007, Northern Iowa went on a 13-game win streak, while North Dakota State has gone on an FCS record 39-game win streak, 33-game win streak, and 14-game win streak throughout the past decade. Their winning streaks were all ended by Missouri Valley teams. Since 1985, Northern Iowa has won 16 Missouri Valley Conference titles, followed by North Dakota State with 10 and Southern Illinois and Western Illinois tied with 5 apiece. They have been a pipeline for FBS coaches, with the likes of Terry Allen, Chris Kleiman, Jerry Kill, and Bobby Petrino all going on to become Power 5 coaches, while Craig Bohl is currently at Wyoming, among others. Last year's national champions and this year's conference champions, South Dakota State, have been the definition of dominance, blowing out every one of their opponents this year, and are looking to go wire to wire as the #1 team in the polls. The Missouri Valley Conference was never supposed to be a football-dominant conference, but it has become one at the FCS level, as they have been the most successful conference since their inception in 1985. That dominance does not look to be ending anytime soon, as many expect them to win their 11th national title in 13 years with South Dakota State this season. They are the definition of dominance. They are the Missouri Valley Football Conference. What do you think? Who will win this year's FCS title? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out one of my other videos YouTube thinks you will love right here. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more college football content. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.